Hey everybody, good Monday morning to you. Top of the day. Hope you're doing all right. It is 8:08 here in Atlanta as I record this little video. I kind of woke up in kind of just a somber mood this morning. Just sitting here looking out my window, thinking about the old Doris Akers song. There's a sweet, sweet spirit in this place, and I know it is the Spirit of the Lord. So we made it through December. I usually weigh the first of every month, but we got the scale out and it wouldn't work. The scale's broken. We put some new batteries in, it's still not working. Maybe God is trying to spare me. I shouldn't wait until January, the Lord might be saying, because I think I put on a couple of pounds. And maybe I should just enjoy life this month of December and the holidays and Christmas. In the big picture, how many more of these do a lot of us have? And does life send us reminders along the way? It is a head twister to have a friend who is fine one day and the next in the hospital on life support, and is probably not going to pull through without a miracle. I think that's what I'm feeling this morning, that somberness of, you know. Life is so fragile, so fleeting. How do we comprehend that and yet live life as if that could be us at any moment? A moment's notice. We could be here 5 minutes ago and gone 5 minutes from now. I think anytime we have a friend who collapses and death kind of snatches them away from us, it kind of messes with our head a little bit. While lying in bed last night and reading We're a Friend, a really sweet friend has been battling cancer for the last year. The treatments, the hair loss, the struggles, the fear, the courage she has had to have. And do we all just have our own journeys, our own battles? Of course we do. I woke up this morning thinking, I hope Jill gets up and makes it to work by 7. 7 a.m. seems early. She probably needs to leave her house by 6 and to get up to the perimeter by 7. And that girl, good heavens knows, she struggles getting up early in the mornings. Always did, for school, for work, for everything. She loves that bed in the morning time. And to have 12-hour shifts seem awfully long to me. 12 hours of doing anything, much less being on your feet and doing nursing. It doesn't really make sense to me, those 12-hour shifts. It would seem like the patients are not getting the best of care in those last 2 or 3 hours of a 12-hour shift. People are just tired. So there's that. The Sunday before I turned 70, back in September, I was sitting on a row behind Dr. Sheila and at Metron on a Sunday morning. And, we were just chatting back and forth. Abel was with me and Dr. Sheila was sitting in front of me and, waiting for Jim to get started. And we were just sitting there just talking. And I told her, I said, Dr. Sheila, I turned 70 this coming week. It was the week before I turned 70. And she told me, she said, I turn 80 in January. And I remember her telling me, like, enjoy your 70s because they go by real quick. All of us as we get older, we say that. And I don't know, it's just kind of a head twister when somebody can be that vibrant and that alive. And at 79, she was very vibrant. She'd drive down to St. Simon's and up to Chattanooga and go to meditation weekends, and she still worked. Just kind of a head scratcher, Yeah. On that Sunday morning, she was fine. She had driven to Atlanta to be around her people and to hear Jim. She said, I turned 80 in January. When I heard she was fighting for her life, I thought, we just never know, do we? We just never know. So sweet. In life, we go through different phases of what is important. Maybe in my young life, it was my job and taking care of my kids. That was really important to me, for my kids to be taken care of. Then there was that 17-year period where I started a church, and I pastored and run tent revivals, and it was really important to me to try to turn people's hearts toward Christ. Yeah. In my late 30s, I was finding myself and becoming one with myself, a journey of self-discovery. Started in my very late 30s. In my 40s, it was important to me just to let things go. Let my job go, let my marriage go, let my religion go. I was just a period of letting go. At 40, that job that at one time was so important to me, which allowed me to take care of my kids, I quit. 27 years I had been there. I started there when I was 16 years old and made it all the way up to running the whole company. And just like that, I quit. I do like that about myself, that I have balls. I have courage. I have had in the past. Sometimes I have to search for it, but it's always there. That job became a drain on my life, on my mental health. You talking about jumping off of a boat into deep water with no life jacket? Yeah. In my 50s, I got sick. Found out I had HIV. Devastated I was. And then shortly thereafter, I was in a 6-hour operation, heart operation. That was tuck and go. In my 60s, I lost Sammy and John. What will these 70s hold for me? Will I complete my 70s? Some people would say, oh, Eddie, you shouldn't talk like that. But sometimes we have to just live in reality and face life. I think I will complete my 70s, but we never know, do we? Tomorrow is not promised to any of us. What is important in life to me now? What is important to me in life now? Because that changes over our lifetimes. I find life strange. How does the brain process that we are here one day and gone the next? Yeah. Maybe hearing that my friend is in the fight of her life should throw us for a loop, make our heads spin, make us look at life differently. It does me. But the bigger question is, how should we look at life? Maybe we all view it differently. I know that I have over the years. Good Monday morning, sweet people. It is the first day of December. What is important to you in the upcoming year? I know in life it changes the importance of things. I think what's important to me now is that I've created a space where I can be peaceful and have boundaries, and I'm wiser. Over on Facebook, the picture on my Facebook page is a little picture I took of Savannah and Chance sitting with their feet in the ocean, and I captioned it with, "The gift of God is life with eternal marked out." The life itself is the gift of God, this life, this morning. Whether we have 79 years here, 69 years here, or 16 years here, the gift of life, the gift of God is life. So I know I'm kind of somber this morning, but anyhow, it's kind of gray here in Atlanta. Good day, everybody. Love y'all. Take a deep breath. Come on, let's go get her done.